Dance in the way of my patterns. Flow with the rivers of my love. They encircle your planet like a vast network of crisscrossing, pulsating, flashing, flowing arteries of light and life. They carry the wonderful news that the child of matter is to be heir to the Creator of all that ever was, all that is, and all that ever shall be. Do not try to pour this living information into the old jugs of your rational conceptions. For if you do, I will burst the skins and spill to the ground to quicken the very rocks instead. Nothing that even the wisest amongst your race could hold in conception would have the strength and the flexibility to contain this information. After this day, the words that I send you will no longer be in danger of melting and running into the patterns of your conceptions. I will give you just a few more, and then I will meet you inside, and we will sit around the fire of my love where it is warmer than these snowy pages and chilly words. In the presence of your inner being, I bring you the words of informing life. They are unlike words of paper and ink. Some few of them will be put to paper and ink, and the words of men will ring with a power they have not known since the days of old. But this new information is not additional data that you will act upon. It is rather the very reality of your new nature. You are not to act upon my information in the future. You are to be my information yourselves. You are to be my will in action, my very deeds. I am as alive, as unique, as appropriate, and as changing, yet as constant and as steady as the life that rises in the flowers or sings in the rains of spring upon your rooftops. I come from the Father now to bring you His definition, to release you from the limitations of the past. I come to you from within as well as from without. I come to you when the guards of fear and reason are looking the other way. I slip in moments when you are grateful or happy. Wake up, I sing, for the time of the new is at hand, and all things are to be different from what they have been. See what I have in store. Believe nothing any more, for I am the source of eternal knowledge, and henceforth I will rise up within you like a spring that will never run dry. In the moment of your need will I inform you of everything you need to know. It has always been thus, but in these days the winds of life blow stronger than before. The Creator approaches. Trust all that is and is to be. An open ending and a new beginning. In after times, you will come to think of the beginning of the age of discovery as your own real beginning. In a sense, this will be true, for it will indeed be the beginning of your coherent functioning as a unified physical organism, independent of the mother planet. When the collectivity of your being considers its experience in the terms of an individual lifetime, you will think of all the years of your history up until the coming, shortly after the turn of the second millennium A.D., as being years of darkness, years spent in the womb. You will remember nothing about them. When, in maturity, you come to reflect upon the millennium that has been labeled the period of planetary awakening, you will look upon those years as the years of your childhood, years of vehicular formation. You will remember a little about them. What you will encounter and what you will experience in the third period, out among the galaxies as an awakened child of the stars, will be so awesome and so novel that there is nothing that I could say about it that would mean anything to you, except perhaps that it is all reflected rather crudely in some of your primitive mythologies. The craft that you are to assemble during the coming millennium in preparation for this will not be dead like the materials you form today, but alive like tree, flower, and wind. You will inspire them with the gift of your consciousness, as the Father has inspired me, and as I inspire you. You all will be one. All will live and breathe with the coherence of a single organism. If you were to insist upon understanding all that is to come with your rational mind, you would be left sleeping far behind in the dust of history long after I pass. For I am a moving being, and my days on earth are numbered. My true kingdom is not of this world, but of a world that lies far beyond all the stars in your night sky. If you will come with me on our way to eternity, we will have plenty of time to visit these star systems together, and you will have 1,000 years to enjoy the earth in peace and harmony before we leave. Come, does this not sound like a good plan? Trust in me as you did once long ago. We are alone here in time and space. I am the only consciousness. Surely I am worthy of your trust. Let us be separate no longer, for I can read your heart, and I see that you are homesick for a home you cannot remember. That home is my being. You cannot remember it because it is too vast and awesome to fit into any of your present structures of thought. Listen to me, O children of the earth. Trust no more in fear and his many lies. Breathe with me the breath of eternal life, the breath that I bring you this day. Your collective creation as a unified awareness center is still to be, but as individuals, the second coming is at hand. And so is the third and the fourth and the fifth and the sixth, all the way to the end of your numbers. For I am rising up in your midst like a great wave of irresistible energy. I am rising in the peasants, I am rising in the farmers, I am rising in the factory workers and the children of every country on the face of the earth. I am rising, surfacing, awakening with power, with clarity, with love, and with life-giving information. All those who love can feel me this moment, stirring, restless in their breast. Those who do not now deny my expression are those who will inherit the earth. I am the future, yet I am now. In truth, I am none other than you. I am the life that the earth has been courting since prehistoric time. I am the reflection of all my creation. You are a cell in my body, but as is a hologram, you are the whole as well. Your flesh is my flesh, and your blood my blood. Share in my eternal life, for I am all that ever was, all that is, and all that ever shall be. Let us unite in your reality as we are already united in mine. I have told you to identify with me, but it is even easier than that. Just stop identifying with your own self-images, and you will find what is left is already identified with me, because it is me. Do not judge yourselves too harshly in the shadow of your birth, but come, sup with me first at the table of life. Find out who is here to judge. I am the relationship between spirit and matter, between all that is temporal and all that is eternal. I am the pattern that matter conforms to when it comes in contact with being. Flow now into harmony. Adjust your identity patterns to coincide with the archetypical mold that I have prepared specifically for you. It is waiting in my conceptions. If you have faith in me, my design will blow away your limitations like a child wishing upon a dandelion. Listen for the whisper in your heart. You will hear it when your thoughts are still. Focus upon it until it fills your being and becomes the motivational energy behind all your actions. You were not created to wear a scowl or to hide behind the aprons of your past. Cast off these ancient garments and clothe yourself in the robes I have prepared. They are your new definition roles, and they behoove you well. The bride must now dress for the groom, though the time to you has seemed long in coming. In the days to come, your nourishment will be to do the will of the life that sent you, and to accomplish its deeds. The life that rises up within you this very moment contains all the living information needed for the sustenance of your physical body. But the nature of this life information is that it provides the energy needs of the body as it is flowing through. If it is not allowed to flow through, if it is bottled up in concepts and past-future orientation, it will be unable to provide you with its nourishment. Life information is the will of the Father. But if that will is not expressed, if it is not translated into action, if it is merely stored away in dusty concepts, then the human body will disease and eventually die. If you would participate with me now in the implementation of my will on earth, go and heal all that you can in humanity, for in this hour I appoint you the instruments of my change. Heal by my power of unity. Heal by the strength of your clarity. Heal by the degree and to the degree of your faith in my presence within you. The vibrational harmony of each and every atom in each and every cell of your interrelated physical bodies, dancing together in rhythmic entrainment, and your own power to direct my awakened intentionality and extend this harmonic dance of vibrational unity to anything you so choose, is a power that, in the twinkling of an eye or the passing of a cloud, will transform all before it. When you go about adjusting all manner of disharmonies in the bodies and events of your times, do so by the power of my name, which is the power of my nature. Say then, be whole, or may you be made whole. If you say this with consciousness and assurance, it shall be done in matter as it is already done in spirit. As you travel about in the times of later awakening, take with you few possessions for your needs. Trust that those who are vibrationally attuned will already know that you are coming and have a place prepared for you. Enter there with your peace and let it spread. This will unite all your conscious co-workers in spirit and send out great waves of peace to the surrounding countryside. Many will feel this and be puzzled as to the reason. Go then among them and quietly teach them of the changes that are upon your species. Teach them primarily through the way that you are and the way that you perceive, but do not deprive those who are in need of words of that which they desire. When the age that you are helping to usher in is in full bloom, words will no longer be the necessities that they are today. But in this transitional period, there are many who can profit by them. If none will accept your peace in a given area, think no thought of it, but continue on in those areas where you are received graciously. For there will be a few pockets of resistance in places where the powers of materialization are gathering. When you leave such an area of negativity, shake out of your vibrational body every last trace of the limiting conception you have encountered. These will be as particles of doubt and fear that will cling to your heart and trouble your understanding if you retain any memory of the experience. As you travel in these times, your way will not always be resistance-free, for the world will still be polarizing. But if you have trust in the Spirit that guides your every action, you will encounter and inspire far more joy than fear. Your occasional difficulties will be more than compensated for by the widespread revivals you will participate in, often involving whole cities and nations. For these are not to be like the days when you traversed the hills of the Roman Empire, while the world was yet young in spirit, and the forces of materialization were at their prime. No, this is a different age, and the earth is ripe for harvest. In this age it shall be the Spirit that proves victorious. Nations are already prepared and waiting. Do not trouble yourself with the entry of my hand into human events in areas that do not concern you, but trust that all is unfolding as it should. No one harvests but from seeds that they have sown. Your concern should not be with the old reality, but with the living presence of God. The only condemnation will be on those who do not love the Spirit of life, who choose the things of matter and chase after them with evil deeds. It is good to express appreciation for the things of this earth, but if these things of matter come to dominate all of an individual's attention and assume a greater importance than the very life which grants attention, then that is not good. Whoever shall drink of the waters of earth shall thirst again, And whosoever shall eat at the planet's table shall hunger again. But I bring you the nourishment of eternal life. Partake of it, and hunger and thirst no more. Sleep is all you remember, perhaps, but do not fear the dawn. When spirit touches matter lightly, the matter responds with life forms such as you have on earth. When it touches matter fully, stars are created. The nuclear reactions that are now being triggered by the increasing proximity of spirit will take an entirely different form after the coming. They will occur under controlled biological conditions within your own bodies. This is already happening occasionally to some of you, though you do not recognize it as such. This and the direct assimilation of starlight are to be the mechanisms of eternal life.